Las Vegas Discount.net's the best there is. Save up to 50% on your next Vegas trip. And travel, rental, shows, and tours. Find the deals you're looking for. Las Vegas Discount.net. Las Vegas Discount.net. If you're going to Vegas for deals that are the best, visit Las Vegas Discount.net.
Welcome to humanity. This is our one.
Whatever it takes, we got to say whatever it takes is what it took.
This is Brock Lesnar, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Yo, hi, this is Sugar Ray Leonard, and you listen to Fight Net Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to listen to Fight Net Radio.
Lee Harvey Oswald, what's your name? I know how am I supposed to know you?
This is Frank Shamrock. You're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Hi, this is Tia, the Knockout St. John. You're listening to Fight Net Radio, and there's no way I would ever touch Lee.
This is Chuck Jackson.
I am Stephen Bonner, and you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Dan Henderson, you're listening to Fight Net Radio.
Everybody, welcome to Fight Net Radio, where Lee's burning every bridge there is out there. All right.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
I mean, this is ridiculous. It's a radio show. It ain't a 1 hour television spectacular.
You'll see. How does that sound, Lee? Is there...
No, that's good.
Because I put up 4 of them right around the microphone now.
That's perfect.
All right. Okay. So we'll try that.
That's cut it down a lot, actually. That's good.
We'll try that, and then I will have something set up for next week. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
All good. Wow, we're already recording. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. It's not really how... I don't know what they heard, and I could probably edit it if I wanted to. But you guys know I don't like to edit. That's like extra work after the show. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. My name's Lee Hanna. That is Andrew Lapache. How are you, Andrew?
Very good, Lee. Very good.
Thank you, all of you, for listening. And apparently you didn't like last week's show. The diehards liked the show, Andrew.
Of course.
And actually found it to be one of the funnier shows we've done in quite some time. The reason I bring it up is because numbers weren't so good last week. Nobody likes the Canelo. It doesn't really pick up and move the dial that much anymore.
Kind of, they're over it, Lee.
Maybe they feel that the chain is getting yanked a little too much.
The only one selling the fight right now really is Abel Sanchez and Oscar De La Hoya. They're the two going back and forth on the internet. And to be honest with you, they're both calling for a knockout, which I think's funny. I don't know who's going to be eating their words at the end of the night, but this fight might not go the distance, Lee. Seems like there's a lot of bad blood between both camps. You got the trainer asking for his fighter to get the knockout. You're seeing De La Hoya telling Canelo he's hoping for the knockout. I'm hoping for a very, very exciting fight in the first 5-6 rounds of that rematch. I don't know. I think Triple G's coming for blood in this one. He has no other option. Lee, when you watch the tape, he was outboxed, right? I don't care what people say about the jab that he was landing. He was missing a lot of shots that night. He can't box with Canelo. He's going to have to go back to being the destructive Terminator, seek and destroy type of guy. He's 36. I think Abel Sanchez knows these first 5 rounds, 6 rounds are going to be big into the last part of this fight. You got to remember, Saul does have the problem of getting tired late in fights. So there you go.
Andrew, I've got to stop you right there. We started the show off immediately talking boxing. And it's just going to throw everybody off who listens to the show. I mean, I'm just going to be brutally honest. For those of you that are brand new to the show, here's how it works. Andrew is a boxing writer. I am a broadcaster. I'm a personality. And I'm a bit of a dick. So I look at boxing a little bit different than the rest of you. If you're looking for a traditional boxing show, I think Showtime puts out a wonderful product. I even think that The Ring has got a podcast. Those are really wonderful, boring shows. Go listen to that shit. If you want something that's a little more ethnically, how do I say this? Culturally, how do I say this? Urban. If you're looking for a show that's a little more urban, that speaks to you, let me recommend The Boxing Show. Been around there. I'll give those guys a push. They follow us. What's the least I can do is put them out there. Now, if you are looking for a unique perspective on watching boxing from an actual writer and an actual asshole, you're in the right spot. It's like reverse Siskel and Ebert. Andrew seems to like all boxing as long as they box in some way, shape, or form. I hate it unless it's an entertaining fight. And when Yeah, go ahead.
I am blackballing the ESPN app, though.
Okay, you realize that the fights that we've been approved for lately by Top Rank are on the ESPN app, right? Like, you get that, right?
Damn it, Lee. It's not right. I'll pay to go to them. I'm the
When's
one
the last time you actually paid for a fight? Because I've paid for one in the last month.
You still got to pay to get there. You still got to... Come on. There's things you still got to sacrifice to cover the sport for them.
You did,
right?
You're bad betting. The last fight in your case is bad betting. The only thing you did wrong... Look, you got to see your mom. The kids got to see your mom.
What are you talking about?
You bet badly. You're betting on horses in Japan at 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah. But I won on the last one. Leave me alone.
All right.
Yeah, remember? Come on now. I didn't leave there a loser. I didn't leave there.
Don't tell me. And you got a pretty decent bratwurst.
It was Japan though. That was sadly.
That's junkie mentality.
Yeah. Hey,
for those of you who are looking for an appropriate comparison, that's scoring meth at 2 in the morning. Okay, it's pretty bad.
I run over there and I bet on a long shot because, right, you're trying to get a long shot to come in the top so you get some good money. Lee, the race starts. My horse is in the back. I'm like, come on, you got to come back. It's over. I was like, why is it over so fast? It was like a 400-yard race. What the hell, Lee?
I like the fact that they just get it over with quickly.
Betting on a long shot and fucking a 400
right.
yard.
When are you going to bet? Like, if you're going to bet on stuff in Japan, don't they, have praying mantis gambling where they bet on bugs killing each other?
Hey, it might be here soon. Who knows? It could possibly be tied into the sports book here in about 2 years.
So I know what the real fans of Fight Net Radio want to talk about today. And if you're new to the show, you're probably thinking, boxing? Why, you guys have been recording for 8 minutes already. It must be about boxing. That's where you're wrong. I'll tell you what the real Fight Net Radio fans want to talk about. Did Christina get back all of the invitations?
Yes, she had to go searching for some, though. Yeah, there was a cut list. There was people being added on, but they did respond on direct messages.
All right, so since you now know that I'm coming up by myself.
Yes.
And now you're trying to figure out which table to put me at. So is there a celebrities table? Like, have you got famous raiders or famous, boxers that I'm unaware of in the family?
Yeah.
If not, I'm angling to sit at the table with all the wrestlers.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'll see how that goes.
I'll sit at the kids' table. I'll sit at the kids' table with all the wrestlers.
That's right. I have 4 of them. There'll be 4 wrestlers there. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's hilarious. For those of you who don't follow the show, Andrew, after many years of impregnating his longtime girlfriend,
you're so bad,
and forcing her to bear his offspring, to the point where I think he has a soccer team, and he lost out in competition to his friend Guillermo Jimenez, a former co-host of this show, who apparently kept going for the gold and wanted a full football team. Jesus Christ, man.
Number 4 will be here in a few weeks.
4. Put the dick down. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Fight Net Radio. That's Andrew Labouche. My name's Lee Honish. We do talk about boxing. Here's how it works. Andrew wakes up early, and he starts going through and pulling everything he wants to talk about. In some way, shape, or form, in theory, he's looking at some of these stories in the hopes that I will find something funny or something he wants to talk about. That's the format of the show. Been doing it that way for 11 years. Hope you enjoy it. Let's start off talking about boxing from last night. We'll start with Miguel Berchelt crushing Jonathan Barros in 3 straight rounds. This coming to us from Boxing Scene, your source for online boxing. Written by the fine writer Miguel Rivera. So they were in the Yucatan again. I don't know why the WBC does that shit. They like fighting in the jungle just about. The WBC super featherweight champion Miguel Berchelt, 34-1 with 30 KOs, demolished former world champion Jonathan Viktor Yanni Barros in just 3 rounds. Berchelt was in full control from the start and put down Barros with a left hook at the end of the second round. Barros was able to survive the carnage, but was dropped again in the third when his corner finally stopped it. I would probably read a lot more shit about this fight, but personally, I don't give a shit about Berchelt or Barros. Andrew, what have you got for me?
Yeah, one of the most underrated fighters right now in the sport. Lee's 26 years old. He's a WBC champ. 2017, he defeated Francisco Vargas and Takashi Miura back-to-back fights, and that's what really should have set him off with Top Rank. He should have landed his fight with Lomachenko. Lomachenko and them skipped over Berchelt. Berchelt's been put on the back burner ever since, and his next 2 opponents were Maxwell Awuku and Jonathan Viktor Barros. And Barros is a name in the sport. He's a journeyman. He's a veteran. No one expected him to win last night. Berchelt did exactly what he was supposed to do, and that was get him out of there early. I have Miguel Berchelt as one of the best fighters right now to face Lomachenko, and they absolutely don't speak. Nobody speaks of this fight at all. I mean, elite, 34 wins.
Here's my problem.
1 loss, 30 knockouts.
I get that. And the 1 loss isn't to anybody worthwhile, right? It's to Luis Flores, who went on to do nothing in the sport.
Nothing. And it was 4 years ago. So
hey, a TKO is a TKO, bruh. A stop's a stop.
In the first round, though, you don't know what it could. Who knows what happened there? I mean, the guy has not lost since. He has a majority of knockouts since. He's fought in the best. Francisco Vargas was supposed to fight Lomachenko before this defeat. That was a fight that was being talked about. And as soon as Miguel Berchelt wins, you guys, he's younger. He's bigger. He's stronger. He has a bigger knockout ratio. Why the hell wouldn't Top Rank or Lomachenko want this fight? Come on, we all know why. We all know why. Protecting the baby. Come on now.
Which segues into our second fight, as brought to us by Miguel Roman. How can Miguel Roman write an article about Miguel Roman? I'm not making this up, anybody. Go to boxingscene.com, look up the story. Miguel Roman smashes Marcano in 2, sets up Berchelt's shot, and the story is by Miguel Roman.
He went to the locker room and wrote
He wrote his own piece. And if that's true, kudos to you,
yeah, exactly.
Again, down in Juarez, Mexico this time, Miguel Roman, 60-12, 47 KOs, is on his way to a world title shot after knocking out previously undefeated Mitchell Marcano of Venezuela, who was 17-1-1 with 14 KOs. Marcano was in way over his head and never faced anyone even close to Roman's level. All Roman needed was a crushing hook to the body to put him away in the second round. Andrew, give me the matchup. Miguel Roman versus Miguel Berchelt. The battle of the Miguels.
I'm going to give you the record. He's 60-12 with 47 knockouts. So he's been fighting for a long time. He's taken a lot of defeats. Lee, the guy that I just told you, Takashi Miura, that Miguel Berchelt beat, this guy, Miura, knocked Roman out in 12 rounds. Okay. He's had 4 wins since then, his biggest win coming with Orlando Salido. That's what put Roman back on the map. He was actually, that fight was like one of those do or die, right? The winner moves on, the loser probably goes into retirement like Salido actually did. And